The final multiple choice question. Question 24. What is the area of a sector of a circle with a radius of 8 inches and formed by a central angle that measures 60 degrees? Let's draw a picture of that. I'm tired. That red is getting kind of scary. Let's draw our circle. Here it is. I've got a radius of 8 inches and a central angle that is 60 degrees. 8 inches, 60 degrees. I want the area of just the sector. I just want this part over here. Well, let's start by finding the area of the whole thing. Area for a circle is equal to pi r squared. So my radius is 8. My area is equal to pi times 64. This is the whole area. But I only want part of the area. I just want this part of it. Well, I know that it's a central angle, so it's kind of like cutting this quarter of the pie. It's cutting 60 degrees of this pie. Well, 60 out of all the way around the pie, if I was getting the whole thing, it's out of 360. So this is how much of the circle I'm getting right now. I'm getting 60 out of 360 of the circle. Well, if I want that much area, I can just put x over the entire area that I got, which was 64 pi. These two should be equal because I have this much of the circle shaded in. That's how much I want. This is the whole circle. I want that corresponding amount of area relative to the total area. And so now let's just do this algebra here. I'm going to multiply both sides by 64 pi. 64 pi. That cancels with that. I'm left with x equals 64 times 60 pi over 360. Let's do some of that math. 64 times 60 is 3,840 pi over 360 is equal to x. They have these answers in terms of pi, so, and the bottom is always 3. I guess I'll divide the top and the bottom by 3, or by, 120, because 360 divided by 3 gets me that 120, and that's just kind of like saying, all right, I had 360 on the bottom. They're telling me, looking at the answers, it's got to be 3. I had to do something, and I got 3. And I know I'm multiplying or dividing, so I'm, well, it's getting smaller, so I'll divide by some x. I can do the algebra here, multiply both sides by x. 360 is equal to 3 times x. Divide both sides by 3. That's where that dividing by 3 comes from. 120 is equal to, I should have been calling this y, so we don't confuse it with what we're doing with the other part. So that's why I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 120. Because I said I got 360. How did I end up at 3? Oh, I solved this little algebra equation over here, and I realized I had to divide by 120 on both sides. So divide this by 120, divide this by 120. I'll get my answer. 360 divided by 120, I know is 3 is on the bottom. Pi is still going to be here. But then 3,840 divided by 120 gets me 32. 32 pi over 3 is my answer. That is answer number 3. And that is the end of the multiple choice section.